My next guest is coming off an impressive victory last Saturday at UFC Vegas 15, getting that TKO finish over Luke Sanders. It is Nathan Maness back here on the program. Nate, how's it going, man?
Everything's good, man. I can't complain.
Where are you right now? You're in the car. I see that. But where are you? Did you come from somewhere? Are you going somewhere? Where am I getting you today?
We're going to the mall here. She's always wanting to spend that bonus, so shopping.
Sure. Sorry to keep you guys holding up the shopping here, but we won't be too long in this interview, so I appreciate the time, man. But congratulations on the win. How does it feel to get your first finish in the Octagon? Because that was a statement win, if I say so.
Yeah, man, it feels good. I liked the fight, too. We had a firefight. It was exciting. I had fun the whole time in there. Me and Pat were actually talking the other day, man. We seen your picks. I'm going to give you a pass on this one. We seen you picking Luke.
Yeah, of course. But I did say the value was on you in the fight, if you noticed that. So there you go.
I did.
For sure. The line was interesting with the with him having the big layoff as well, right? So.
Yeah, and there was a lot of unanswered questions. Was he going to be in shape? We had to fight at 140, how much he really wanted to be there.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah. So when we did the interview, it was 135 at that time, right? Or was it always 140 and I just never picked up on it?
Yeah, it was 135. We both signed the contract for 35, and then 2 weeks out, he wanted 145, and we kind of settled.
Okay. I had all these trolls coming after me being like, oh, it was always at 140. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Like, I remember asking you about the weight cut, and you said it was 135. So 2 weeks out, it was on his end. So let me ask you this. When that had happened, when you'd found out that he wanted the catch weight, does the confidence level go up even more knowing that he's having a tough time making weight?
Yeah, and 140 was really easy for me to make. I sweat maybe 2 pounds, the day of weigh-in, so it made camp a little easier. I feel like I could do a little harder rounds there towards the end, so it really wasn't a big deal. I'd like to, eventually have a UFC fight in my weight class, though. That'd be nice.
Yeah, no, I guess, that is sort of the downside of this or whatever. What was the game plan heading in? I was going to ask you about that.
We expected him to be explosive the first round. He's a compact guy. I think he was trying to get me out of there quick. We didn't know about his cardio, so the second, third, we wanted to put a little pace on. The style of fight, I think, was favoring me a little bit. He had a lot of output, We were actually going to try a takedown in the third, and, he was giving up his back a lot. Every time he got on the ground, he gave up his back. So I think we were going to get the finish either way. We had some options.
Anything surprised you about him?
No, not really. His range was a little better. I had quite a bit of reach on him, but he was, like I said, he was explosive. He was able to close distance pretty easy, but we kind of expected that too.
Excellent. So you get the finish, you get your hand raised. How do you celebrate that night? Because that was a pretty big win.
Man, there ain't too much to do. We had to go back to the host hotel. We ordered a couple of pizzas, got a little fat. But other than that, man, we didn't do too much. Yeah,
just keep it low key. I mean, yeah, you can't really, but still, that pizza must have been extra good, knowing you got the 50K and you got the win and all that, right? So,
yeah, that was actually a good moment. We were watching Dana, and he sits down and he says my name first. Actually, a first name, he said Nate, so that was pretty cool too. But winning the bonus, man, it's everything to a fighter,
Yeah. So along with us, treating your girl a little bit, what else are you going to be doing with the money in terms of spending? Because you quit your job. I think that was something we talked about.
Yeah. Well, I think we're looking for a house right now, so we're going to try to put a little down payment on a house, get some stuff. You never know about fighting. You could get injured, tomorrow. So just get some things that are going to make our future better.
How many people message you saying they won money on your fight? Because like I said, you were an underdog heading in.
Oh, man, at least 10 guys. Some people were betting over $1,000.
Really? Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah. One guy actually picked me a second round submission, so he won a big. I think that was a pretty high odd. So he won the money.
They should take you out for dinner. That's the rule, I think.
At the very least,
because you did your part, So they and not just a regular dinner, like a nice steak dinner.
Right.
There you go. Class it up or whatever. How has the feedback been since that win anyways? Because, it's one thing when you win, in the UFC, but to get a finish in the UFC, that's got to be, I'm sure the social media following went up after that.
Yeah, man, the followers are going up. Everybody's been posting the finish. I think I just seen some article on MMA Junkie. I think it's like the number 4 submission of the month. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. Definitely more recognition for sure.
And what about the UFC? I mean, they gave you the bonus, so that's always a good sign that they must be happy. But have you heard anything from your manager, Pat, or anything about, when they're looking to book you next, or maybe like what they thought of the fight? Because they must have been pretty impressed that you won in the matchup.
Yeah. I haven't really heard from the UFC per se. I called out Adrian Yanez after.
That's right.
I know he posted to Twitter saying that he was in, so maybe that'll be the next step.
For sure. So you said Yanez and another name. I'm just escaping me at the moment. Who's the other guy that you wanted to fight, I think?
Nathaniel Wood.
That's right. Yeah, which I think, you know what? Good for you, man, because those are some tough fights. But I think at the same time, I think that's a good fight for where you're sort of ranked, which I don't even know where you are right now because it's, you never know with the rankings. Because Luke was not ranked, I believe, heading into the fight.
Right, right. Yeah, Nathaniel Wood, I know he's had quite a few fights in the UFC, so that's a step up. I know Yanez has only had maybe one fight, so I don't really necessarily think that they're going to throw me in that direction, but he has agreed to it, and I'll sign the contract if they want to do it.
For sure. I think they might avoid that fight. This is just me looking as an outsider because you guys are kind of still prospects. So I think they kind of want to keep you guys away until it's more of like a contenders fight. I think you might have a veteran, kind of like what you had in this fight with Sanders.
Yeah, I agree. Ray Borwick had a lot of fights when they called me up. Luke had 6 fights already. I think they're going to start, really trying to get me somewhere close to that top 15, top 20 guy.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So what are the plans for the holidays? I know we got COVID, a lot of stuff's closed, but do you got anything planned right now?
I might go to Tennessee, see my family a little bit. She's got family coming down. Just enjoy the holidays, man, with family. That's the main thing.
And this is something we talked about in the interview, but like how much of a difference was it not having to work this camp and head into the fight and just focus 100% on fighting? Like, did that play a big advantage in the fight, do you feel?
Yeah, I think so. My cardio felt great. I'm not sure if they showed it on TV. We didn't sit down in between rounds. We weren't tired, not breathing hard. Just the extra rounds, you just feel more prepared. Whether you are or not, you just feel more prepared. It's more mental than anything in there.
And you talked about, obviously, enjoying the holidays a little bit. When would be an ideal time to get back in there? Have you thought about that yet?
Yeah, I'd like to do any time in February or March. I think that would be a good, just take January, get back into shape. I got all the time in the world, but December, just set out with the family and enjoy the win. But February or March, I'd love to get back in there.
Would you rather fight in Vegas or go to Fight Island?
Me personally, I'd rather do Vegas. I know it takes forever just to get to Vegas. Really, it's an all-day trip. But going over to Fight Island, man, just doesn't seem like it'd be fun trying to get there and cutting weight and being hungry. It just seems like a lot.
I mentioned, obviously, the feedback from the fans. Did you have any other fighters reach out and say, hey, man, good job or anything like that? Because the odd time, you never know. In like IG, you might get like a message or a shout-out from another fighter. Did you have anything like that?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. Bill Algeo.
Algeo, yeah. Who also fought on the card, right?
Yeah, he wrote me. And we had met there, so, it was kind of cool. He wrote out to me and said that he enjoyed the fight, and it was a good fight. So that's been about it so far.
Is that something you're getting used to just, because you fought in the regional scene, but when you get to the UFC, you're more of like a figure, right? Like people look up to you. You have all these new fans and stuff. Is that something you're getting used to now as a fighter?
It's definitely different, especially for my first fight. We really wasn't used to that. But, you try to get used to it, but it's always cool, man. It's always a cool feeling to have people interested in what you're doing.
What's your favorite Christmas movie before we get out of here? I got to know.
Favorite Christmas movie?
See, these are the tough questions I save for the end.
Yeah. Man, I like The Grinch, honestly.
Okay, that's good. Excellent choice. I would have also accepted Die Hard. I consider that a Christmas movie as well because it took place in Christmas.
I almost went with it, yeah.
There you go. Good choice. Nate, thanks so much for doing this, man. Like I said, I don't want to keep you from shopping. I know how it is. My wife wants to go shopping right now, but I got to work today. But in the meantime, if you got anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, anything like that, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, man, always God first. This is his victory, not mine. Can't do it without him. My wife for supporting me, I get to be a little crazy during the training camps. It's a lot of pressure and things like that. So a big thank you to her. My sponsors, being in construction, Max Custom Completions, Baker Chiropractic, Ape Ethics, Great North Supplements, Team Lynn, M&M Residential Services, Merle Painting, Willett Landscapes, Nachos Grill. I appreciate all you guys for letting me train and not have to worry about working. Thank you all.